We all know that money can't buy happiness, but truth be told, most of us would love to give it a shot. No, we all know money can't buy happiness, but few of us really believe that poverty is exactly the road to bliss either. So I perked up recently when I ran across an interesting idea, a formula for being happy. Author Martin Seligman contends that your personal sense of happiness can be explained with the following formula. H equals S plus C plus V. H is obvious for happiness, so the formula states that your happiness is contingent on a combination of three factors. Your set point, that's S, your circumstances, that's C, and your voluntary control, that's V. Well, let's look at each one of these individually. First, S for set point. Seligman contends that we each have an individual set point that determines about half of our levels of happiness. It's beyond me to know whether this is biological or environmental, but I observe it to be true. Some people are naturally Tigger, the optimistic, enthusiastic tiger in Winnie the Pooh's world. Others are naturally Eeyore, the gloomy, droopy donkey of the same name. And most of us are somewhere in between. The thing to do with your set point is to understand it. The C in the formula is circumstances. Now here's where the money comes in. If you struggle with debt, fall behind in paying your bills, or fail to plan for the future, those negative financial circumstances will weigh heavily on your happiness levels, depressing them. That should be obvious to anyone. The thing to do with your circumstances is both acknowledge them and accept their current reality, but also to couple that with the next, which is V, which is voluntary control. These are not only actions that you can control, but also attitudes. Now, some actions that you can take to contribute to your happiness might be making an appointment with a financial planner to get your money act together, or reducing levels of debt, or creating a spending plan that reflects your long-term goals. But attitudes are also incredibly important. You cannot always control how you feel, but you can control how you respond. So choose to be a thankful person. Choose to be grateful and gracious to others. Choose to be generous with your time and your treasure. Now, I admit, reducing happiness to a formula is something only an economist or an engineer could love. But if it can help you move towards a life of greater contentment than what you've got, at least be happy for that. Offering you wisdom on wealth, I'm Byron Moore.